Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing some practical gardening tips that we have learned over our years of gardening and homesteading. So the first gardening tip is going to be to start small. This is a practical one that is very, very important because if you get more than you can handle, then that just makes for a very unpleasant garden. So make sure when you are planning out your garden and buying the stuff and how much stuff you're thinking about using, make sure that you are starting small and just do a small amount that you can manage and that will be right for you. The next one is going to be do not over water your seedlings. So when you put your seed in the ground and you water them, make sure not to water them too often and too much because the seed will rot before it even gets a chance to sprout. It will just rot and then the seed won't come up. Make sure to do a little water and just only water when it is dry, because if you just keep it wet all the time, then it could rot, and you definitely don't want the seed to rot. So make sure you only water when it needs it and not excessively. The next one is going to be to use solo cups for seedlings. Now if you buy the red solo cups from Dollar General, they are very cheap and they are an incredible option for your garden. Now you can plant your seedlings in the solo cup at the beginning of the year, and then you will not have to up pot them until you plant them directly in the ground. If you use a small container to plant your seedlings in, a small, plastic row of seedling cups, then you will have to up pot in a very short amount of time. But if you use solo cups, you can plant the seed in there and then you will not have to up pot it at all. You will just put it in the ground and you won't have to worry about any of the up potting mess and all of that. So use red solo cups and you can use them year after year. So then you can use solo cups. We have reused solo cups 2 or 3 years in a row because they are such an awesome way to do your seedlings. So one of our favorite gardening tips is to make sure to water from the bottom. Now you can take a tray, you can put your seedling cups in the tray, and then you can put water in the tray, and then the dirt will absorb the water up into the seedling, and that is a good way to do it instead of pouring water on top of the seedling and it could break because little seedlings are very tender and very fragile. So make sure you pour the water from below, because if you don't, then they could break and they could get moldy, and you definitely do not want that to happen. The next one is to learn one vegetable at a time. Now focus on learning one vegetable and then move on to the others. So make sure on mastering, every year you work on mastering one vegetable. You can master tomatoes, it could be pumpkins, watermelon, beans, squash, whatever you want. So make sure you master one vegetable at a time. That will make things a lot easier on you, and it's just all around, gardening is more simple if you do that. Focus on one vegetable at a time, so then you're not overwhelmed by trying to learn about all the vegetables in the world. You can just focus on one vegetable at a time. So the next one is especially important if you live in the South or in a humid climate. So here in Alabama it is very humid, so this is important that we do this to our tomatoes. So blight is caused by humidity, and you need to make sure to thin your tomato leaves out. So make sure it is good and thinned out. It's not like a big bushy. Make sure it is good and thinned out, so then the humidity does not cause your plants to get blight and all sorts of other diseases. So make sure you thin out your tomato plants, and that will make things a lot easier when it comes to blight and humidity. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed learning our practical gardening tips, which is gardening tips that we have enjoyed and that we use every year on our farm. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave any questions or comments in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure.